News Since 5. It is Child Abuse and Sexual Abuse Awareness Month, and a Tri-State shelter is recognized for its work in those areas.
WGEN's Claire Adlin shows us what changes a local advocate has made and why it matters. Claire.
The Quincy Area Network Against Domestic Abuse, better known as QUANADA, now has a victims' rights champion. Advocates say victims' rights were a different story years ago, with safety being a major factor.
We're here today to say thank you and to award Megan Duesterhaus, the head of QUANADA. She has been given a Champion of Victims' Rights Award today because she was really the backbone of our earliest efforts.
It's been a decade since crime victims' rights, also known as Marsy's Law, was added to Illinois' Constitution.
It gave crime victims stronger rights, enforceable rights.
So that you don't have to be afraid to come forward and say, I support victims, I support survivors.
Marsy's Law State Director Jennifer Bishop Jenkins says before it passed, crime victims lived in fear.
Because they didn't notify a domestic violence victim of the release of their offender, and they've had them literally go right from jail and go and kill their victim.
Bishop Jenkins says she knows it firsthand, being the family member of a murder victim before Marsy's Law passed.
They just said, oh, the court's too busy, it's a mandatory sentence anyway, so we're just not going to bother with victim impact statements. And my family, after waiting through that horrible crime, was just horrified by that.
Bishop Jenkins says Duesterhaus backed Marsy's Law and continues to back victims in the surrounding area.
You've seen some cases in Adams and Pike recently where perpetrators of terrible crimes of violence against fellow citizens and family members, they have been convicted and they have been held accountable.
When Marsy's Law was passed, voters gave the highest margin of the passage of a constitutional amendment in state history at 83%.
All right, thanks, Claire. It's named after a 21-year-old California woman, Marcely Ann Nicholas, who was stalked and then later murdered by her ex-boyfriend back in the 1980s.